This one's wife, hot to trot for William. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, explaining to you once again about the narcissism of this one's wife to help you understand why she behaves she does and to aid you in understanding how narcissists behave. What is it that this one's wife utilizes more than anything else to get her way? Is it her brilliant, engaging manner? No, she doesn't have one. Is it her witty repartee? No, she doesn't have that either. What about her fantastic wisecracks and scintillating anecdotes? No, they're absent as well. Maybe it's her keen insight into a range of intellectual problems and discourses. No, she doesn't have those either. Might it just be her general warmth and empathy? No, those things are absent as well. As you know, she's a generally talent-free zone, but she has one particular talent, although its powers are probably waning these days, and that was the power of seduction. She is a somatic narcissist, and like many somatic narcissists, she's hypersexualized. This means that her narcissism harnesses sex as a major highway to get to the prime aims. She uses sex and sensuality to control, sex to draw fuel, sex to get hold of those character traits and residual benefits. She's had a lot of sex. She might be very good at it, or it might simply be the case that, as Harry memorably stated, she'll let you do anything, that willingness and lack of boundaries means that she finds particular favour from men to be utilised and flipped like a burger, as opposed to her trying to look sexy while flipping burgers. She seeks to seduce, and it has served her well. She seduced Trevor Engelson. She seduced Corey Vitiello. She seduced Prince Harry. And there are a string of other names, known and unknown, that she's utilised. If, as is suspected, her previous career as a yacht girl is accurate, she'll have utilised those sexual skills as a means to assert control over those paying clients and to earn that residual benefit. She's not ugly, but nor is she stunningly attractive. She's moderate in the looks department, but bolster that with an ability to suck a golf ball through 40 feet of hosepipe and to be access all hours makes for a heady cocktail that is certainly something which would enable her to conquer dim-witted gingers that think with their penises. Accordingly, seduction has been a major weapon of seduction for her. And if you'd like to understand more about the way that the narcissist utilizes sex, I direct you to read my groundbreaking and inspirational book, Sex and the Narcissist. Your jaw will hit the floor, your eyes will be on stalks, and you'll learn plenty. You can obtain it from Amazon or from the Knowledge Vault link in the video description. Alongside the application of a variety of sexual skills, there needs to be the appetite, and that is where the hypersexualization comes from. But there also needs to be a mindset, which is, I am hugely desirable. I am wanted. This is why this one's wife thinks that every man that looks upon her wants to knock her hip out, wants to make the beast with two backs, wants to engage in playing hide the sausage. She really does think that every single man that meets her wants to pound the punani pavement. This is why, when she enters places, she sachets along, because she thinks that she's so sexy and that every man will be looking thinking, I want a piece of that. It's why she wears inappropriate clothing, because she relies upon flashing the flesh, even though now she looks more like gristle on the bone, in order to try and garner the prime aims. Remember, when she looks in the mirror, she sees herself through a distortion field that's basically telling her, you are gorgeous. She doesn't see the wrinkled outfits that are ill-fitting, that need ironing. She doesn't see the sweaty pit stains or the blotchy bronzer. She doesn't see how the vein throbs in the forehead or that her veneers look too large. All of it comes together in the deluded mind of this one's wife to make her believe that she is gorgeous. And in so doing, this propels her in respect of trying to seduce any man that she deals with, even her brother-in-law. You might think, for instance, that given the fact that William is the brother of her husband, that she would look to have a cordial relationship with him. Given the fact that William is married to her sister-in-law, Catherine, again you would think it would be good for us all to get along and have a cordial relationship. But no. Because this one's wife operates with a huge sense of entitlement, because she doesn't recognise boundaries, because she has no accountability for her behaviours, her narcissism tells her, William wants to fuck you. William fancies you. William is bored with that clothes horse. He wants a real woman who knows how to treat a man. Thus, her narcissism compels her to believe that she should seduce William. And remember that after a period of time, Harry entered the sustained devaluation, which is why this one's wife engaged in the eyeballing William in the way that you can see across the screen as I'm talking to you. A variety of instances where she has been photographed staring at Prince William in a manner whereby you can almost imagine that she's thinking, he's naked and I'm riding him. He's naked and he's leading me into the bedroom. We are together. He is king. I am queen. That's the kind of deluded fantasy that this one's wife engages in, that her mind tells her. And she gets caught out. Because of that lack of boundary recognition, she doesn't realise that it's rude to look at William in the way that she does, and she doesn't care that she might be caught on camera. Because she doesn't care about what Catherine or Harry might think when they saw those pictures thereafter, where Harry was thinking, why are you always staring at my brother like some ravenous whore? Or for Catherine to think, why do you keep looking at my man? Of course, Catherine has now understood and worked out, as a consequence of excellent advice, why this one's wife behaves this way. But as you can see, regularly this one's wife being hot to trot for William. And she's this way because, first of all, her major method of asserting control over somebody is to use sex and sexuality. She's not hindered by any concept of restraint or accountability. She doesn't recognise boundaries. She has no emotional empathy for how this behaviour might affect William or Catherine or their marriage or her own marriage to Harry. She doesn't care. All that matters is that she gets the prime aims. And repeatedly going through her head is, he wants you. You should be together. You should be queen. He's the one that wants you really. Because, of course, he is the one that is better looking, and he is the one that has greater prestige, and he is the one who's going to be king sooner than Harry will ever be. And all of those things matter to the narcissist. And therefore her narcissism is essentially saying, you should be with him, seduce him. And thus, whenever he comes up on her radar, the response of her narcissism is to cause her to look at him like a dog eyeing a piece of steak, that she's almost salivating at the prospect of bedding him, because that's what's going through her mind, driven by the narcissism. She fails to keep this under wraps. Naturally, William has rebuffed her, and we all were entertained by his scarf manoeuvres outside church that time. But she's always been hot to trot for William because of the prize that he represents. Her utilisation of sex and sexuality is the major means by which she seeks to assert control over men. And there's nothing to restrain her because Harry entered the sustained devaluation. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.